welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you the polishes that I wore in January. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're excited to see what kind of polishes I wore this month, or last month I guess, and if you're not already subscribed, I hope you'll do that too. So I know I've said it before, I said it in my polish pickup wish list video, but thank you so much to those of you who have reached out and checked in on me and my beautiful, healthy baby. We're both doing really well, and it means so much that you guys have left comments and sent messages and stuff. It's just the sweetest thing. This community is amazing. I love it. Thank you all so much. So if you didn't know, I imagine most of you do, but if you didn't know, I had a baby about a month ago, so I'm kind of getting back in the swing of things. I filmed one video since then, my polish pickup wish list video. I think since then polish pickup is not open anymore, but if you want to check that out, I will link it up in the cards or something. But this is my first time like sitting down face to face in front of the camera, and so if it seems a little off, if I seem a little rusty, that's why. It's been like a month, maybe two, since I've done it. So that being said, I actually did wear a good amount of polish in January. It kind of was like a, I don't know, just my me time. I had to take some time for myself in January whenever I wasn't taking care of the baby. I needed some self-care, and nail polish, of course, is how I picked to do that. So altogether, I did wear 17 polishes in January. So we're gonna take a look at the polishes that I wore as pedicures first. Then we will take a look at the polishes that I liked okay. Then the ones that I really didn't like and I might be destashing. And then at the end, we'll look at the ones that I absolutely loved. And of course, as we talk about the polishes and I give you all my thoughts, I will pop up pictures of what they looked like as manicures or, you know, whatever. So like I mentioned, we're gonna look at pedicures first. I actually only wore one this month. Most of the month I did not even think about doing my nails, especially for pedicures. But towards the end of the month, I did go get my nails done, and it was so amazing. And the polish that I brought with me to wear was from Zoya. It's called Courtney. Zoya Courtney is a kind of crelly-ish red. It's a deep vampy red. I thought it would be perfect for like Valentine's Day season. These kind of red shades are like my go-to in fall and winter, especially as pedicures. There's just something so like luxurious about a gorgeous deep red, you know? And this one has a great formula. It was fully opaque in 2 coats. I'd worn it before as a manicure. This was my first time though wearing it as a pedicure, and it's one I'll definitely be wearing again. Absolutely love this shade. All right, now on to manicures that I liked okay. The first one comes from OPI. It's called A Little Gilt Under the Kilt. This one is another deep red, but it has a gorgeous metallic finish. It has like maybe a metallic like shimmer running throughout, and it's maybe just a little bit brighter than the base. I saw on Instagram, and I so wish I could remember who posted it, but I saw someone posted like these red velvet nails, and I could not get that manicure out of my mind. It looked like they used like a metallic red and then mattified it, so I wanted to recreate the look. I used OPI, A Little Gilt Under the Kilt, and then added a matte top coat, and there you go. This was actually my birthday manicure this year. The only thing keeping me from absolutely loving this is I don't know that I really liked it matte. I think glossy, it would have been on the loves list for sure, but I'm just not a big matte polish person. Although it was fun to change it up. Definitely will wear this one again too. Another one I liked okay comes from Femme Fatale. This one is called Devil's Wheel. It's got a primary purple base, maybe slightly dark primary purple base, with the shimmer that looks like almost unicorn pea shifts. It's got shifts to gold, green, and red, and then flakies that match red, gold, and green there too. This one was a gift from a friend, and it's been on like 3 racks, so I knew I finally had to get around to wearing it since it was untried for me. As you can see, the shift in here is just absolutely gorgeous. It's super glowy and I think really unique to my collection. I realize I don't have that many dark, rich primary purple shades. But the reason I don't have that many is because it's just not a color that I'm super drawn to. I don't feel at home in purple, if that makes sense. Like I really like light purples, lavenders, and you know, like purple leaning blue shades, but rich primary purples for some reason just feel kind of like outside of my comfort zone. So this one, although it was so beautiful, it built up to opacity in 3 coats, just I didn't love it, but it was really pretty. A dark blue that I wore this month comes from Swamp Gloss. It's called Self-Report and Weep. This one has a gorgeously rich, vampy, almost borderline navy base with holographic micro glitter. It's so pigmented. It was almost a 1-coater. I was fully prepared for it to stain my nails really bad, so I added a couple layers of top base coat underneath, and actually didn't get terrible staining with it, but it did stain a little bit. Funny story about this one, I actually gifted it to a friend, a nail polish lover of mine, that was looking for a like cobalt blue, like a royal blue, and I thought on the PPU site that this would be a good fit for that, but it came in, it was a little bit darker than I expected, and she, you know, it wasn't what she was looking for, so she gave it back to me, and I've been meaning to wear it for a couple years now. Glad I finally got around to wearing it, but kind of like the purple shade, this polish color just, I mean, it didn't feel like home. I think these really dark colors, unless it's a vampy red, are just, I don't know, they're just not colors that I'm super drawn to, especially this time of year. So this one's in this middle category because it was an absolutely phenomenal polish, gorgeously made, but just not my favorite color for myself. I wore another dark blue this month from Cadillacquer. This one's called Let It Glow. This one came out in November's PPU, and I really wanted to get around to wearing it this winter after seeing so many incredible swatches on Instagram. It's got a like dark navy, but it leans a little bit green base with white hex glitters in a variety of different sizes and shimmer that shifts red to gold to green, like unicorn pea shimmer again. It's not really unicorn pea shimmer, but that's what it reminds me of. So like its name, this one has an amazing glow, and I had a really similar experience wearing this one as I did to that Swamp Gloss. Was it a glorious polish? Yes, it was. It was so pretty, but the color just kind of was not what I was wanting to wear at the time. It just didn't feel comfortable to me. So this one landed in the middle category, but if I was just judging it in the polish alone, not how it made me feel, it would be the top category for sure. If you find this in a D-stash, grab it because it is a beautiful color. Just another one that I just wasn't super comfortable with. 2 more in this middle category. This one comes from Emily DeMolly, and it's called Just Like This. This one I would describe as having it's a thermal, first of all. It's got a kind of dustier blue base that transitions to kind of like a nudie pink shade, and it's got shimmer that shifts blue to purple to gold. When I saw swatches of this one when it released last year, I knew it had to be mine, which is saying a lot because I am not a big thermal person. I think I've probably purchased like under 5 thermals ever. They're just not something I reach for because they die so quickly and I feel extra pressure to wear them, and I don't want that in my life. But this one is super unique. I love Emily DeMolly. I've never seen that transition from that kind of nudie pink to that blue, and I had to grab it. It's in the middle category, but another one that was just a gorgeous polish. I really did enjoy wearing it, just not quite in love with it. Unfortunately, I've been inside a lot because it's cold. I've been inside a lot and I run a little warm when I'm inside, so I didn't really get to see this one in its cold state. And I was really in the mood to see like that transition on your nails you get, you know, especially if they're longer. I was really in the mood to see that kind of ombre effect from the warm to the cold, but I didn't get it because I was running warm. But when I did go outside and saw that transition, my goodness, it was so beautiful. I'm also really impressed with how long this thermal has lasted. I've had this, like I said, a year, a little over a year, maybe, and the thermal still worked really, really well. It transitioned immediately and both of the colors were so vibrant and beautiful. And the last polish in this middle category comes from Bee's Knees Lacquer. It's called Lou X Reid. This one, I don't remember it releasing, but I remember it came back like as a respawn and I was like, how do I not have that? I will buy it immediately. It has what I thought was like a silver base with shimmer that shifts blue to pink to purple. and lots of holographic flakes. When I got this on my nails, I realized the base color isn't silver at all. I think it has a colorless base. It's just so packed with those holographic flakes that it makes it seem silver. My nails are a little bit stained, a good amount stained right now. And because of that, I felt like you could see my staining through this polish in 3 coats. So at certain angles, it just kind of looked a little bit yellow leaning, and I did not love that. I think in the future I would probably layer this over some other kind of gray or silvery base because I do think that color shows through a little bit, and I wasn't a fan of it on my bare nails. But it was a gorgeous polish. The shifts are fantastic. I thought this one was spot on for winter. It just gave me like icy vibes, but I just didn't love it on my nails the way I wore it. Next time, I think I'll love it. All right, there was only one polish I did not love this month. It came from the brand Pahlish, and it's called Pop. It has like a purple leaning gray base. It's almost like a really dark taupe with these gigantic, enormous flakies in every color. I see green, gold, copper, pink, blue, purple, teal, every color, and it's got holographic sparkle too. In the bottle, this one is perfect for the inspiration. It reminds me of like confetti at a New Year's Eve celebration. It's super sparkly and fun. So I wanted to wear it right before New Year's Eve, or no, yeah. I wanted to wear it close to New Year's Eve, and I ended up mattifying this one too. I guess I was just kind of in a matte mood, but it didn't work out super well for me. I didn't love the base color on me. It just kind of looked a little muddy, and I don't know. I just didn't like this one. I'm tempted to give it another try glossy, but I just think it's one of those polishes that the base color isn't the most flattering on me, and I don't know that I'll reach for it again, so I'll probably pass it on to someone else. All right, now on to polishes that I loved. The first one comes from Stella Chroma, and it's called Coconut Cream. This one is a creamy, warm white base with shimmer that shifts green to blue to purple to pink, and it's like large particle shimmer. This is one of the polishes that I have the biggest fill line for. It's all the way down to here, almost halfway, which just makes me feel so proud for some reason. But it has that big fill line because I love it. I think it released last year for Christmas. I'm pretty sure it did. And I have worn it 4 times. I think that's saying a lot. It just has a really great formula. It's super smooth, even, easy to work with. It does take 3 coats to build up, but the sparkle is so subtle. The formula is gorgeous for a white. It's wonderful for toppers because I don't feel like the base is so loud that the shimmer, like, you know, would be disruptive to a beautiful topper. But at the same time, if you wear it on its own, it just gives the polish a little extra oomph. So this one is a love. I've talked about it a lot. If you like it, it's still available. Any polishes that are still available, I will link down below also. Another one I wore and love comes from KBShimmer, and it's called Up to Snow Good. This one has like a very light gray base with shimmer that is just blue. I don't think it's shifting shimmer. And it's got holographic sparkle. This one I grabbed because it reminds me of a Cirque color shade that I really like that I think might be discontinued now, called Mystic Moonstone. It's got like a wider base and a blue shimmer and holographic sparkle, but that one is pretty sheer. When I build it up in 3 coats, I can still see a lot of my nail line showing through, so it definitely requires a few coats of a blurring base coat. This one had a much better formula. The base for this one is a little bit darker than Mystic Moonstone. Just as a side note, but this one was fully opaque in 2 coats, really smooth and even and easy to work with, perfect for winter time. I mean, the name says it all, Up to Snow Good. And it was another one that I've had for like a year or so, and it was just time to wear it, you know? This is the year to knock out the untried, so that's what I'm trying to do. Loved this one. The next polish that I really enjoyed wearing this month comes from Cadillacquer, and it's called Misty Morning. This one's a white crelly with a little bit of gray in the base. It's got multi-chrome flakes that shift gold to copper to red to green, and these sky blue hex glitters in a variety of sizes. I think it's got sky blue squares too. This one was a rewear for me, and like I said, this is my year. I'm just trying to knock out as many untrieds as I can. The fact that this made it to my rack, first of all, says a lot considering it's not an untried. I just really wanted to wear it. And then the fact that I wore it ahead of all of the untrieds on my winter rack speaks volumes too. I was just like eyeing it all month, like, oh, I really want to wear that one. Oh, should I wear it? I should wear one of my untrieds. No, I really want to wear it. And I just gave in and I put it on. And I'm so glad I did. The formula for Colores de Carol's Crowleys is perfect. It was amazing. It has kind of like a milkier white base, but it built up to full opacity in 3 coats. It was not difficult to remove, even though it has glitters. They're kind of sparse in there. They just add a little blue twinkle, but removal was easy. Great formula, and this one felt right. It was so good. This next polish is really special to me now. It is from China Glaze, and it's called You're Too Sweet. I would describe it as having a clear base, but it is jam-packed with like very light pink holographic micro glitters. This is actually the polish that I wore. I guess I didn't wear it in January. I wore it just a little bit before January when my baby was born. Yeah, so it's really special to me now. I'm gonna wear it, I think, every year for her birthday towards the end of December. It just feels perfect for that time of year between Christmas, the holidays, and New Year's. I love these kind of sparkly pinks for both of those occasions. It had a great formula, fully opaque in 3 coats, and because I just had way too much going on that week when I put it on, I wore it for I think the entire week, like 7 days, which is wild. I've never worn a polish that long. And at the end of that 7 days, I did start to get some chipping, but wow, it lasted beautifully for like the first 5 days. I don't think I got any pictures of it on, unfortunately. I wish I had, but I guess there's always next year, or I could just watch it for fun. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful polish. Another one I re-wore, again, speaks volumes, is from Wildflower Lacquer. It's called Moonstone. This one has a grayed out blue base. Maybe it's gray. I always doubt myself with that. It's either a gray base or a very gray leaning blue base. And then it's got the most glowy shimmer that shifts blue, dark blue, to like purple, to like a sky blue. I'm like moving it around to look at all the shifts. They're fantastic. This polish is a cult classic. It's been out for just a couple years now, but it's a polish that I think every release for like a year, Wildflower Lacquer released more and more and more of this one, and they don't re-release shades. But it was so highly requested. Everyone wanted their hands on this, so Taylor had to oblige. And re-wearing it just, you know, reminded me why this polish is so sought after. The glow and the shimmer is unreal. It's not fully opaque in 3 coats. My pictures do show 3 coats, and you can see some visible nail line. My nails are a little bit longer, I think, when I wore it. But it doesn't matter, even for someone who does not like visible nail line. This polish is everything. The shift, the glow, it's so light, it's so ethereal, perfection. All right, last 2 manicures. This one is a combo. I wore as a base OPI. I Cannoli wear OPI. This is a cream. It is a very soft and light gray cream polish. And then the other polish I paired it with comes from Rogue Lacquer. It's called Creative Chaos, and this is a rainbow flaky balm. It kind of looks like it has a silvery base, but I'm pretty sure the base is clear, and it's just got lots and lots of flakies in silver, every color, just every color, okay? I really wanted to wear this gray cream from OPI. I was just in the mood to put it on. We had some snowy, icy weather, but I didn't want to wear it on its own, so I decided to reach for an untried topper, or I guess this Creative Chaos polish from Rogue Lacquer. You can wear it on its own too, but I decided to pair the two using this as the topper, and wow. The shifts in the flakes, I was a little bit apprehensive about putting them over a base color this light. I just thought, you know how some iridescent flaky polishes over a lighter color base look kind of yellow? I thought that would happen with this. No, you could see every color shift in these Rogue Lacquer flakies. I saw lots of pink, lots of blue. It was fabulous. It kind of reminded me of like Easter grass. I was in love. And I realized after I had it on, it actually reminded me of a polish that I had put on my rack previously. I think they could be dupes. They're not really dupes. The flakes and the Cuticula are amazing as well. But a good attempt at a dupe anyway for Cuticula's Pegasus wings. Here's what they look like together, side by side, but yeah, you can see, and I think this, yeah, I think I'm wearing this while I'm showing the polishes, so you can see what it looks like on, but a gorgeous combination. The flakies are just so out of this world. And the last polish I have to share with you today, this is perhaps my favorite polish that I'm sharing with you in this video, other than China Glaze You're Too Sweet Now for sentimental reasons. It comes from Nailed It Nail Polish, and it's called Sing. This released in HHC for the Pokemon theme in like November or maybe December, maybe October, I don't remember. But it has a purple leaning pink base with holographic flakes and shimmer that shifts blue to, I'm just moving it around to see all the shifts, blue to purple to maybe gold. Incredible shifts on this one. The base color almost looked like a Your Nails But Better kind of look. I know it looks really pink on the bottle, but on my nails it just pulled a little bit more nude than I was expecting, but I loved it. The shifts in here, the shimmer, oh my gosh, it was so glowy, so glowy. I think I left this one on my nails for a good 3 or 4 days too, because I just didn't want to take it off. And then the holographic, icing on the cake, so perfect. So those are all the polishes that I wore in January, and I guess a little bit in December too. Let me know down in the comments if you have any of these polishes. Do you love them? Do you dislike them? I want to know all your thoughts. I hope your all's year is off to a wonderful start. I'm really looking forward to polish in February. I want to wear lots of reds, pinks, purples, Valentine's Day colors, and hopefully kind of wrap up the polishes that are on my winter rack, because starting in March, I like to wear spring colors. I know it's early, but what can I say? If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you next time.